Book 4-8. Learn what frightened the watery sqln last night by Prprts. Learn what frightened the watery sqln last night, when a crowd of neighbors rushed about in new fields, while a sordid quarrel rang out in a murky tavern, and my good name was sullied in my absence. An ancient dragon has long protected Lavinium, and hours not wasted on such an unusual visit. A sacred path plunges down a blind crevasse, where it makes its way. Virgin, beware such trips. The fasting serpent's toll, when his writhing hiss from the earth's bowels demands his yearly repasts. Girls ordered down to such rites as this grow pale when their hands are rashly entrusted to that fanged maw. He snatches the delicacies a virgin proffers. Even the baskets shake in that virgin's hands. If they've been chaste, they return to their parents' embraces, and farmers shout, "It will be a fertile year." Clipped cobs drew my Cynthia hither. Her plea was Juno, but her truer plea were Venus. Appian Way, please tell how you saw her triumphantly drive her wheels in full flight along your stones. She sat, a fine sight, leaning above the shaft, and dared to shake the reins through the roughest places. I shan't refer to her plucked prodigal silk-hung trap, and his hounds with necklaces about their Molossian necks. When a shaming beard overruns those barbered cheeks, he'll sell himself for life for squalid circus cram. Since she abused our bed so many times, I resolved to change my base, move camp. There is one Phyllis, next door to Aventine Diana, sober, not much fun, when tight a proper girl. There's another, Tia, between the Tarpeian groves, dazzling, but when she's drunk, one man won't do. I resolved to send for these to ease the night, and renew my amours with a new sort of lust. One little bed for three on a private lawn. You ask how we lay? It was I between the two. Legitimus had charge of the cups, summer glassware, a Greek wine that had a Methynium nose, a flautist from Nile, a castanet dancing girl, artless elegant roses for strewing about, and the stunted dwarf himself, compacted joints, waved malformed hands to the boxwood pipe. The flames weren't steady through the lamp, though the lamps were full. The tabletop turned turtle, but fell on its feet. As for me, I looked for love on twice-thrown dice, but the ruining dogs kept jumping up. They sang, I was deaf, bared their breasts, I was blind. Alas, at Lavinium's gate I was alone, when suddenly gate-posts' hinges raucously sounded, a slight commotion by the entrance lairs, and Cynthia promptly flung back the folding doors, her hair not up, but fabulously fine. The cup slipped from between my slackened fingers, though loosened by wine my lips turned pale. Her eyes flashed fire. She raged as a woman can, a spectacle not less than a city's fall. In Phyllis's face she thrust her furious nails. Terrified Tia screamed to the neighbors, "Fire!" Brandished lights disturbed the slumbering citizens. The entire lane rang with nocturnal madness. The nearest tavern in the dingy alley took in the girls with their loosened tunics and ravaged hair. Cynthia joyed in her spoils and hurried back victoriously and hurt my mouth with a backhand slap. But put her mark on my neck. Her bite drew blood and made a dead set at my eyes, which most deserved it. And when her fists were tired with striking me, Legitimus, lying behind the back of the couch, was rooted out, dragged forth, and invoked my power. Legitimus, I could do nothing, was caught, like you. With supplicant palms, I finally begged for a truce, although she scarcely proffered her feet to my touching, and said, if you have if you'd have me overlook admitted sins, accept the preconditions of my rule. Sharply dressed you shall not stroll in Pompey's shade, nor when sand-strewn the licentious forum. Take care you do not dip your neck and bob to the theatre's upper circle, nor dawdle because some litter shows itself undraped. Legitimus, he above all, my prime complaint. Let him be sold. His feet drag double chains. She stated her terms. I replied, I accept your terms. She laughed. The power I gave her made her proud. And then each spot the intruding girls had touched she fumigates, the threshold with pure water cleansed. She ordered me change the oil in all the lamps, and thrice she touched my head with burning sulphur. And so when every single sheet was changed, I matched her, discarded armor, armor all over the bed. That is book 4-9. Book 4-8. Apologies. Learn what frightened the watery sqln last night by Prprts.